Hey guys, I just picked up a 2022 Beta 300 two-stroke cross trainer, Xtrainer, whatever you want to call it, cross trainer, Xtrainer. It's another little exotic, which this is normally against my rules. I was after a WR250F, but my buddies are riding KTM 300s, and sorry, I got my helmet on, hopefully you can hear me. KTM 300s, and so I rode those last weekend, and sure enough, they're really good for crawling. I'm not a big fan of two-strokes and all the kind of stuff that goes with them, nor am I a fan of kind of exotics, even though I bought the electric motion, which can be a little bit of a headache here and there in terms of getting parts. But anyway, first impressions. I do love it. I just hope I continue to love it because I hope it stays together. It's only got a little under 15 hours on it, so it was barely used 2022. I think it's not a stock seat. It's an Enduro Engineering cover. They recovered it. There's really no add-ons, I think, other than that carbon fiber pipe guard that I know of, and it seems in pretty good shape. You know, it had minor little scuffs, nothing major. Must have had bar hand protectors on it because obviously they cut the grips. They must have taken them with them. I got it at a dealer actually, but it wasn't a beta dealer. But I have the electric motion, super light, 183 pounds. And then I rode my YZ450 motocross bike last weekend on the trails, and that's a nightmare. I hate trailing that bike. It's awesome on the motocross track, but it's just a beast. It tries to kill you at every second. Unforgiving suspension, beat the crap out of you. So I was looking for a plush ride, like the Cadillac ride, and I was looking for crawl capability for super technical and as light as possible. So this is actually slightly lighter than the KTM 300 XCW, and I think it's 216 dry. They always do all that crap, but I think it's 238 wet. So I always go by wet weights, and KTM's always using dry weights and then trying to compare to wet weights. Just kidding. Anyway, my buddies are. Anyway, and lower seat height and a mellower bike. I don't want radical crazy power anymore, but I just rode this thing for the first time just now. It has plenty of radical crazy power, and it does feel light as crap. It's unbelievably light feeling. I mean, I feel like it's a notch above my electric motion in terms of what I can do. Obviously it's a higher seat height. The electric motion is just the daddy when it comes to being in the super hairy stuff. Like I climb stuff my KTM buddies with their 300 XCWs won't climb, whether it be big sand hills or rocky cliffs and crume gullies and things like that, where I can get stuck and spin it around and come back. This thing, I may attempt 90% of those, but the electric motion is still the daddy in the super hairy stuff. With its seat height, its weight, its torque, its traction with those, trials type tires. So I still am in love with that, its ability to get through the hairiest of the hairy with confidence. This literally is my first ride. So I like the weight, the lightness. It's got the ability to pull up over a log easily. It handles nicely. I wish it had a little tighter turning radius. They said it did, but it's nothing like, I think the KTMs might be tighter actually, oddly enough, but it's nothing like an electric motion, of course. It's plateable. That was the big magic there, because the WR250R is not plateable, and I had a heck of a time finding one used. Found them like, 10 hours away, which was miserable. I made an offer on one. I was going to buy it sight unseen, but it was just too far, too risky. There is one, of course, after I put a deposit on this one, not that I couldn't have backed out, I found a WR250F within 3 hours. That seemed about right because it was in my budget. I wanted to spend less money than I did on this beta. And but we'll see. Hopefully the beta is a reliable bike, because the bike was purchased to run with my KTM 300 XCW guys out in Moab. We're going to be taking a trip in March, and I had nothing. I'm in the midst of the hurricane devastation here, and so I lost anything that I could have taken out there. So I was trying to pick something up that obviously had more range in electric motion. I can add a few more gas tanks on the packs and get some distance out of it, and keep up with the KTMs. Anyway, I hope you guys check it out. I think I was looking for that kind of unicorn of lightweight tractor capability in the super tight woods, crawling up super hairy stuff. And I was looking for lower seat height, which I think this is an overall smaller frame. And I really like the concept of it. So hopefully you guys check it out sometime. Talk to you later. Appreciate any likes and subscribes.